Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. Early morning in the month of June. Our wheat field is ready for harvest. We're going to get to that right away. Morning dew doesn't happen here in American Falls. It's good to go. I've already taken a contract for another harvesting job, which is right next to the field that we're doing. So, oh yeah, I was just checking on the animals. I got to feed them, of course. Both the sheep and goats need food, and the birds do. But there's a wheat field right next to ours, and I can harvest that field. And any extra grain I take off of this field, I'll bring down to the grain mill. All the wheat off of this field, I'm going to put in storage, and hopefully there'll be enough for the pigs that we'll be getting in a couple of months. This contract will pay me $15,500, and of course we got all of our equipment. Fertilizing field number 26. I should probably take that. The Valtra can go do that while we're harvesting or later on. Not many contracts first thing in the morning. And speaking of contracts, I got my money up to almost $180,000 getting ready to buy that piece of land. Actually, I think that might be ready for harvest this month. Is that ready for harvest this month? Not quite. I kind of forgot what was in there. Is it, what's that crop called? Rye. That's right. Rye is what's in there. And rye will be ready to harvest, well, anytime from now until the month of August. But, like always, plans change. I woke up this morning and I kept saying, don't check the store, don't check the store. I checked the store. And the Horse Avatar, the drill that I want for the farm. Direct drill. This is for cereal grain and all that. 57% off. It does have 33 hours on it, but I mean, yeah, 57% off. What does that actually mean? If we go to Cedars and on down, of course, all depends on the what's actually on there. But this base one goes for $195. So I'm saving over $100,000 on it, right? Let's see, seed and fertilizer. I think that's the complete setup I want on it. Do I need more than that? Let's see, 38.40 on the fertilizer. That brings up the seed. So basically, this is set up with max fertilizer, 38.40. I don't think I need that much more seed, so I think just keeping it there. I mean, it will add 3,500. I think for 3,500, I'll go ahead and do that. Wheel setup. Do I want wide tires for $500 more? You know me, I like my wide tires. And I think we'll keep everything else the same. What does this actually do? Design 1, design 2. So I think it's just the design of the hoses, the air hoses going to feed the fertilizer and seeds. So we'll leave it at 0. So this is going to cost me $86,209. Well, you know I'm going to buy it. Yeah. I mean, if anything else, probably not. But that'll allow me to do some seeding contracts in the future. Yeah, I know someone's going to say you should save up to buy the land. I may not have that money to buy this land. I would have needed another $100,000 to buy this. And it's flax, and it's a crop. Sorry, it's rye. This field's rye. And it's a crop I really can't do anything else with other than sell it. So, yeah. And, of course, we know leasing that drill is rather expensive. I think it was like $8,000. Let me just double check on that here. Because I think I leased it 1 year. And then this year I did not. The Avatar, if we were to lease it, yeah, almost $10,000 to lease the drill. So 8 days. If I release that 8 different days, I would, it's going to pay for itself. Anyways, let's get to work here. Oh, this needs some fuel. All right, we'll buy some fuel. We'll have to fuel it up here at the yard because I'm not going to be going by any fuel depots. So we're going to be in the combine harvesting. I'm kind of hoping the Landini is already over on the field with the trailer. I'm hoping that can manage the trailer and just move it around because we're going to have a worker behind us in the Fent 1000 and baling the wheat chaff into straw bales, of course. I'm not going to bother with the straw bales over at the sheep goat pen because that should be, that should allow the animals to produce manure, but I don't have a way of putting a manure pit over there and it getting collected. So no sense of giving them straw. But we'll keep all the straw on the field because I don't have a way to pick it up now anyways, but we'll keep it for the pigs. I don't know how much the pigs are going to require, but we shall see in a few months' time here. Just checking for traffic. I'll get one headland done. This field's not going to take us too long to harvest, and with a worker behind us in the 1000 doing straw bales, we're going to get 2 jobs done in one. And then I can go ahead and get the combine. Oh, yep, sorry, I just remembered. I'm going to need some fuel. Let me go back to the yard. We'll buy some fuel, and then we'll top this off. I wonder how much fuel I should buy. I thought I bought a lot of fuel the first time I put in this this tank, but we use it pretty darn quick. So maybe I should buy a little bit more. Zip around like this, and into here. 5,000 liters for 6,000. Yeah, we'll just. Yeah, that should be good enough. Yep, hit the button one too many times there. All right, now refuel. Well, that takes a moment. So while that's filling up with fuel, let's go get the Fent 1000, and we'll get the baler, which is right next to it. I don't think I've repaired the baler since we bought it during the winter. So maybe we'll go ahead and I mean, I'm spending money at this point. Might as well go ahead and repair things, right? So let's back up and attach to this. And we'll stop by our toolbox here. We'll see if it registers the baler. It does, and repair for $878. That's not too bad. And no bales yet have been done in it, at least for us. So buying a lot of things used, but you know what? That's going to make the farm grow just a little bit quicker. Saving yourselves money that way. Let's go ahead and start unfolding the baler. And you're going to need to be somewhere like right about here. All right, put the pickup down. And then we'll just teleport back to the combine. All right, we're full of fuel. Unfold that. And we'll get to harvesting. So I don't know what to expect for a yield off this field of wheat, because I don't remember what I got last time, at least with oats, and I forgot what other crops we have in this field so far. But the field's in about as best shape as it can be. Let's not run into the header. Alright, so we're at, well, depending on the soil type, the pH value could use a little work there, but overall, depending on the soil, you know, it's not too bad. Alright, so before you get going, let's get back here and let's see who is going to show up for work today. Yeah, follow that, and I think 25 meters will be fine. Okay, looks like Francesca is going to be in there. Oh, are we on? I think we're on swath dropping. Yes, we are. Perfect. So an early morning harvest. Actually, I'll speed up time to about ×3. We'll get the sun up just a little bit quicker. And the drill's going to have to stay down at the shop. I don't need it for today. And plus the gates don't open till 8 o'clock anyways, so that can stay down there. But once harvest season really kicks in the next couple of months, maybe some drilling contracts will come up. And I can start doing some of those. When I do those contracts, the one thing you got to make sure, if you've never done a drilling contract before, just make sure you've got seed in the drill, not seed and fertilizer, because fertilizer is not part of the contract. You just got to drill the field with whatever they're asking for. Just make sure the worker is still behind us. All right, it's all good. I am just going to go straight down the field here. Although when I do it this way, so I don't want to keep trying to twist and turn because I got a worker behind me. When I do it this way, it's going to, when I harvest that side of the field, it's going to leave like a little row of shame, if you will. It's going to leave like a little row that I kind of miss. Can't get it all in like 2 passes. I'm going to need 3. And then once I get this done, I'll set a worker off in that field We won't get no straw off of that. I don't have that mod running to where we get straw off contracts. That did help us out quite a bit on East Vineland when I did that. But here, we're not doing that. Oh yeah, I also want to clarify something. I don't know if some people misunderstood what I said. I think it was on Monday's episode where the comments came in. Like I said, I recorded Wednesday's episode before Monday's went out. But I mentioned something about Stone Valley being on the test hub, the Mod Hub test. And yeah, Stone Valley is out, has been out for a while, but there's an updated version coming out. And as I'm recording this, it's still on the test list. But Lancey Boy does have on his Facebook page, if you want to use the updated version, you can. So as I was talking about, I think he's waiting for that Stone Valley to pass testing. If that passes testing, from what he said back in early December, American Falls should get the same updates that Stone Valley did. So I think he's waiting to make sure all the shaders and all that kind of stuff, if it passes Giants on Stone Valley and he puts it onto American Falls, it should pass the first time. Haha. As we don't know how Giants can be sometimes. But the good news for me, because I've been waiting for American Falls to hopefully get updated for the premium edition or expansion, because we can do the vegetables. If you're unaware, Oceanside Forest ended yesterday, and I did put out a short video on Wednesday of what map I'll be going on next after Oceanside Forest, which will be coming out tomorrow. So I'm not going to say what map it is. If you don't know, well, go see the short, you'll find out. I don't really say too much in the short about what's going on, but you'll get a rough idea anyways. Don't want to give everything away. And heck, I'm not sure, even though I know what's going to be happening on that map. Going to be a lot going on, I think. So I'm excited to get to recording the first episode on that. I thought I was going to get to it today, but I've been doing some more testing for the map and what I want to do. So that is one good load of wheat already. Is that for pigs, grain, wheat? That's 25% of their feed. So corn, the reason why we did 2 fields of corn is because 50% and 20%, so 70% of their feed for the pigs will be corn. I don't know if I'll get to potatoes and sugar beet. We'll find out later on. I could just make pure pig food and do it that way, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and we're just going to do the grain first. Have I done a pig food mixer? I'm trying to think on East Vineland if I did. I don't think we did. Not sure we did. I mean, with a pig food mixer, depending on the mod that you get, you pretty much got to get the same crop types anyways and throw them together and let the mixer just do it. And that way, when you put the food into the trough, you don't have to keep track of leave some room for root crop or leave some room for this. With pig food, you just put it in and it equals it out evenly for the mixture. So the straw bales, I think we'll just keep it to the field for now. They may stay here until I come back and work in this field. I haven't decided what crop to put in there, but now with our own drill, I don't have to try to time it to where I lease a drill and try to get it so I plant all the crops in the same month. Now that with our own drill, we can kind of mix and match. I think mostly it's going to be wheat, barley, and oats that we'll be planting with that drill. Because what the pigs don't use, we can always bring on down to the grain mill and make some more flour. Oh yeah, and sorghum as well. At some point, we'll get a planter because, yeah, we got to plant corn for the pigs. But then again, I may be surprised. The pigs may not take that much food, but we're talking about pigs here. I assume they're going to consume a lot. And I think that pig pen holds 200? Somewhere around there. Oh yeah, I was going to get the Voltra going on down and start fertilizing that field so I can collect on that contract. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is, next time I'm unloading the combine, which I'll do once we get to the top of this road coming up, I'll get it all set up and see if I can hire a worker to just to drive the tractor down there. And then we'll have someone fertilize it. I say down there, what? I didn't even see what field number it is. I just saw how much it's paying. It was pretty close to 10 grand, so I thought, yep, we'll go ahead and do it. Alright, so we're actually getting a good amount of grain off this field. We're not doing crop rotation on this map. No, we're not. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, so we're not going to get the extra yield for doing a good rotation. But we are doing precision farming, so we should get a little bit extra bonus if everything is done correctly. And if the soil is really good. If the soil's bad in certain areas, then it's not going to be that good of a harvest in that section. But we're filling up. I think we'll get definitely a full trailer, which is good. And I do want to see if the Landini can handle, I forgot what size trailer that is, a 43,000 liter trailer. I think I'll be able to haul it, but I think it's going to struggle. I mean, of course, I would use the 1,000, but that's using the baler behind us. And we got a full combine. Oh, we are getting a good amount of bales as well. I could sell some bales in the winter, because right now the only thing we're going to have to sell in the winter is the silage that we are creating. Everything else is going to be feed for the pigs. Yeah, the Landini going uphill, this with 14,000 liters, doesn't really... I mean, it's going to do it just fine, but doesn't like it too much. Okay, so while that's unloading there, let's jump in and grab the Voltra. Yeah, so what field am I going to? I think it was down here. Didn't I say like 25? No, there's 25. Where am I going? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so it's not where I thought I was going to be going. All right. Well, I'll top this off with fertilizer. I think we got enough in there. Let's go ahead and top it off, just to be sure. There we go. Cover that up. 5 grand for that. And we do have narrow tires on here, so I'm going to cut across our neighbor's field here. Not that I would destroy crops, but I did mention that a while ago, and I think someone did mention there is actually a mod out there to where if you go into your neighbor's fields like this, and if I had wide tires on there, I would be destroying my neighbor's crops, and I would have to pay for it. Last time I used that mod right there, and I kind of forgot about using that mod. Not in 22. I want to say it was in, may have been 19, maybe even 17. I don't remember. But either way, it got really expensive going through neighbors' fields. That's for darn sure. Create a job. Yeah, go this way. Go there. 1 headland's more than enough for that field right there. All right, let's zip on over here. Now, honestly, I will say this, though. With Courseplay, you are going to use a little bit more fertilizer than if you did it yourself, because sometimes it will overlap in some areas, especially after doing a headland and it starts going like across the field. It's going to overlap in some areas. But I mean, if I can get that job done while I'm doing something else, that's going to be great for me, I think. Okay, so we got 29,000. Well, I think it was 29,000 in there. Let's get back in here. We'll get back to work. I always say get back to work like I wasn't working to begin with. Of course we're working. It is a little bit of a shame that I cannot get manure from the goats and sheep by putting the straw in. Not that I really have any plans to do anything with it other than eventually, you know, going on down the road here in American Falls, maybe buying the BGA, and I can just throw the, you know, the manure in there along with silage that we make. Maybe by then, Lancey Boy may get around to updating American Falls for the premium edition and then adding all the other little things that he was talking about. I am getting rather excited about the new map I'll be on tomorrow. But then again, it's kind of, you know, every time I say something like that, well, of course you should be excited on the first episode you're doing. Because if you're not excited about the first episode you're doing on something, or the first time you go play on the map, if you're not excited about going and starting something, then why are you starting it to begin with? I mean, Oceanside Forest is like a good example of that. When I started that Let's Play, I was excited about it. But in the middle of that series, I was like, what did I get myself into? But near the end, I was excited because I was completing the challenge. I think we're gonna be trying out some things on the map tomorrow. Well, maybe not exactly tomorrow, but at least on that series, we got to get started. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do when I go up, I'm gonna make one pass down, and as you can tell, I'm not gonna get that whole section done right there in one pass. I'm going to go back up for a little section. But it is what it is. But we're going to have a full trailer of wheat here in just a moment. So that's 43,000 liters, which is a very good start for the pigs. And when we do buy the pigs, we're just going to buy one male and four. Are they called sows? I think so. So one male, four females. What breed yet? I don't know. Really haven't looked at it for a while. But we're just going to start with 5 pigs. Let them do what they do. And of course, with our calculator that we have, it'll show us, at least for 5 pigs, how much feed they're going to need for a year. And then we can probably kind of calculate it for a full pen. But we'll definitely make sure we keep the pigs in check. We're going to only have so many that we can feed. If we can't feed them, then we'll have to sell them before the pen gets full. Someone left the Landini going. That was me. Yeah, doesn't really like it too much. Alright, probably should turn around the Landini, at least have it facing towards the farm. Let's not get it full and then try to turn around. Let's use the momentum of going downhill to get us back uphill. But this will at least tell me if I need, or if I can use the Landini in the future for harvesting contracts. If I can use the Landini and the trailer, I could use the 1000. You know, the 1000 might be busy drilling a field. Well, I think that's all I would use it for, because the Landini usually does the plowing as well. Going to get full? Yes, it will. So it's 43,120. Really, it's going uphill. Okay, that's doing a little bit better than I thought it would. Let's go dump this into the silo. And then I'll come back here, of course, and finish off this wheat field. And then immediately get the harvester into the contract field and get that done. At least get it going. I don't think I'll get it done this episode. That's going to take a while. So not long from now, we're going to have little piglets running around here. Forgot how I had this unloading. Okay, so we got... Well, is that going to clip into the silo? No, we're good. We're good. Actually, I just thought about how am I going to feed the pigs? Am I going to feed them with this trailer here, which holds a lot of grain? Or am I going to use that little itty bitty tiny one over there, which I use to feed the chickens with? The chicken trough, as we know, only holds like 800 liters or something like that. Just barely enough to get them past a month. YOLO across the road. We made it. Should be a little bit more in there, I think. 18 liters. There was 18 liters in there. Yeah, this field does need some lime spread on it. You can see the pH value is bad. And it may even need a soil sample done after this harvest as well. But first things first, let's get this field harvested. And then we'll just get a worker in the harvester for the field right across the way. And I may switch the 1000 onto the trailer because I won't be doing any baling over there. But let's see how much wheat we get off this field. And I'm hoping for maybe another trailer.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, Nashville, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice, but hey, don't you wanna play?
Well, I don't think we're going to have another full trailer of wheat off of our field, but it's not too bad. You may have seen that the worker in the Vulture got done with fertilizing field number 26. Brought that back to the farm. And we got one more pass to make in this field here. We'll know the grand total of wheat that we harvested. I can't remember if I had any wheat left in the silo from a previous harvest. I don't think so. So I think the total that we see there will be the total off this field. And the one thing I want to check here, because it came to me during the time lapse, is on this contract, where am I bringing that wheat to? The grain mill. Hey, that's going right to our grain mill. Perfect. So anything extra we get off there, we'll just deliver there. That's the way we want it. Wait, that's not 90% done. Okay, our worker did not finish that field. How did he not finish? Oh, yes, I know why. Yes, that's the field I do have. I don't want to say problems with course play. It's the shape of the field, and one of the corners is kind of a tight corner, so course play does not go in that corner. And that is a big chunk of the field, so I got to go ahead and go back and fertilize another 10%. Not that big of a deal. I mean, wondering there for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. It said job complete. I fertilized that field quite a bit. I've done a lot of contracts off camera, as you can imagine, to remember that, at least at this point. Actually, I should check. I think I can see how many contracts I've done on a map. during a Let's Play. I think we can do that. While this is unloading into the trailer. And when I get done here, what we're going to do is we're going to swap the 1000 off the baler because we're not baling anymore. And we'll put that on the grain trailer, and the Valtra can bring the baler back to the farm. Just be easier with the 1000. Because I do have to bring this grain, not this grain, the grain from that field right across the way. That grain, of course, as you just saw, needs to go down to the grain mill. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out a way to do this so the worker will finish behind me. And this is getting a little tricky because of the trees. Don't run into the tractor. All right, let's go ahead and move this. Move this over here. Yeah, I was thinking, actually, before I came on here, I knew I was going to be harvesting this field, and I was thinking a way to make this field just a little bit more friendlier to work in. And I thought about taking out these corners here, but I kind of forgot about all these trees. I knew there was trees over here, but I didn't realize they were this close to the field. Francesca, thank you very much. And we're just going to go ahead and spit these out on the field somewhere. We got to turn it off first before you can spit them out. There you go. How many bales did we end up making? 37. 37. I don't think we need that many straw bales for the pigs. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this up here. Drop that off. Spin this around. Play a little do-si-do. I don't know if you want to in real life detach a trailer full of grain in a farming field, because that's a lot of weight on the front end of that right now. That would probably sink into the ground. Now this has got about double the horsepower of the Landini. Let's go get this grain dumped into our silo. We'll have a quick look to see how much wheat we have. I mean, you might be able to do the math. What was it? 43,000, 32,000. So like 55,000 and change is what we should have in here. And we can do it two ways. You can either walk up to the silo. Yeah, it looks like I ran out of sorghum for the birds. So harvest is coming at a good time. Actually, I must have wheat in here from a previous harvest. I've only brought in one trailer over, right? Oh wait, what am I doing? 43,000 and my math was way off on that. What the heck was I thinking? 43,000, what was in there? I don't know at this point. Well, anyways, we end up with 80,424. That's what's in there. Yeah, I don't know where my math was not even close on that. I think the first trailer I thought was 20,000. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I was way off. I'm wrong, like most times. But we'll get this all set up and we'll get the combine rolling in that field across the way to get that contract going. So good. All the grain is going to the grain mill, and even the extra stuff. I'll be surprised if any of that grain we get to keep. If we get to keep all of it, that's highway robbery, honestly. But boy, what a thing that would be. Let's make sure that is called the grain mill, right? Yeah, that's our grain mill. That's where it's going. Let's go ahead and get the combine around this way. And this will be done with horseplay. And I think it's going to put it into a swath, which is fine. I can go into settings and do chopped if I wanted to, but it's not going to matter too much. Let me go ahead and start up the header. All right, and then create job, and I think I'm trying to think. Do I want 2 or 3 headlands? I'll do 3, and I think that'll give it plenty of room to turn around. It'll be easier to turn around. If I do 2, it may do some forward and backward, backwards all the time, and it'll just take longer to harvest the field. So I think 3 headlands will be good. I may have to clean up the corners. All right, that is going. I was going to end the episode there, but now that I know it's going down to our grain mill, what we're going to do is I'm going to go back over to field number 26, I think it is. I even know what corner it's going to be, so I don't know if that'll be enough. Let me put on the mini map in the bottom left-hand corner. This is the great thing about precision farming, at least. One of the bonuses I find. We can bring up the mini map in the bottom left-hand corner, and when we get into the field, we can see where we have and have not fertilized. And it's going to be this corner down here. If I just drive through this woods, you can see this corner here is one spot that we got to do. So this is the corner it can't reach. Is that going to be all I need to do? Also, this little corner. Oh, yeah. Field 26 is now done. Perfect. Easy peasy. Nice and easy. No, that's not the right page. Contracts are down here. Complete that. Thank you. So at least what I want to do is I want to get the combine full over in that field. And we're going to bring a trailer load on down to the grain mill. But as we've been told, and I kind of agree on this, that we're not going to be able to keep all the grain. The first amount of grain that goes in there will be for the contract. But, it doesn't hurt to try, and I don't want to leave you hanging for a few days until we find out. So, let me get this in here. I'm going to get some things cleaned up, meaning I'm going to get the Landini back over here with a baler. And I'll see you down at the grain mill with at least some grain, and we'll see what happens. But I think most of us know what's going to happen. Is this going to be counted towards the contract? But if I get all the grain, that's going to be a lot of wheat off that field, and that means a lot of flour this upcoming season, which I'm not going to argue with. I mean, it's my grain mill. We can do what we want with the grain, right? Right? Possibly. I'll see you in a moment. All right, so the first load coming on down here. And I'll just double check to make sure nothing's in here, but there should be nothing in here. So if we go down here, and we can see no wheat, nothing whatsoever. Got a little bit of flour there. And it should say a percentage of the contract has been delivered when I get done. Which it does. 8% transported. And you can see no wheat has gone into the grain mill. It's all disappeared. So, kind of what we expected. And don't worry, that's flour from last year, which I kind of forgot to sell. Yeah, but we will still get a little bit of a bonus off that field. How much? I don't know. And the other thing I almost forgot, how many contracts have I done? Trees cut down 57, bales. Is there a way to... missions completed, 177. I failed one, and I don't remember what that one was for. I don't know what I did there. If I could remember, I would tell you, but I'm pretty sure either I didn't want to... Maybe I took it and realized it was the wrong crop, and I had the wrong, equipment to do so, but I don't remember. But I'm going to finish up this harvesting contract in between episodes. Maybe I'll start next episode with finishing up that contract. Have to wait and see. The drill, I will bring that back to the farm at some point. Don't really need it back there. You can see the corn field to our left. And I do believe this is a special, I don't want to say a special, but a different corn crop texture than what we see. Looks like there's weeds down here, but we took care of the weeds. Or is that just part of the corn texture? That might be part of the corn texture, because there should be no weeds in this field. It looks like grass almost. Let me just double check here. Yeah, weeds are on. and they're all dead. So, yeah, they got me nervous there for a second. I'm like, I did spray that for weeds, did I not? Yes, we did. Oh, I'm holding up traffic. Yep, so I'm going to go back because the combine, as you can see, needs to be unloaded. The grass field, I can't remember. Did I fertilize this? I did. We fertilized it, so that's good to go. And, of course, we got another cornfield right in front of us. That should be harvesting in September? Or is it August on this map? That's the thing with each map, each season is going to be different, so I'll have to double check on it. But it'll be ready when it's ready, and then of course we will harvest it. And of course, once we do, we'll grab our pigs, and we'll have some little oinkers on the farm. But anyways, I got to go over and help out our helper, who's patiently, well, I shouldn't say patiently waiting, but they're waiting for me to get over there. So anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.